Spot by PassionPoet. This is a space for intimacy, vulnerability, transparency. A place where we not only talk about eroticism and sex, but we'll also touch on topics that may make you a little vulnerable, a little exposed. However, this is a safe space where you can disrobe and get real. There is no judgment allowed here. So are you ready? Let's get wet. The Wett Spot is sponsored by Passionate Words Editing Services. At Passionate Words Editing Services, words are a writer's currency. We help you spend them wisely. For all your editing, proofreading, transcribing needs, follow at Passionate Words Editing on Instagram. That's at passionate.words.editing on Instagram, or on Facebook, facebook.com/passionatewordsediting. Let's help you spend your currency well. Follow Passionate Words on Instagram or Facebook now. In this segment, I want you to get comfortable, because the words may move you, they may inspire you. Who knows? They might even make you wet. So sit back and listen. Contentment. The quiet of the temple brings peace. I, sitting quietly, breathe femininity through my eyes as I gaze upon the wonder of your hidden place. You reveal her to be. Stripping modesty in the name of love, exposing secrets to my gaze alone, and for that, I am humbled. As I meditate, the chaos eases. Noise dims, rapid breathing stills, and I am at one with the quietness. Your wetness calms me as though I were sitting on a bench by the seaside, watching blissful waves crash rhythmically upon your body's shores. I sit and watch, pulsing pleasure permeate through you, bathing me thoroughly in waves of sensuality, calling me to rise up from my seated place and dive into the depths of your pounding surf, immersing me completely. I revel in the warmth of your wetness, feeling it surround me. I feel the shudder of your ecstasy as I join with my own release. I open my eyes from my reverie to again gaze upon the pinkness of your womanhood. I breathe slowly, ingesting the beauty of your temple, as I, sitting quietly, breathe femininity through my eyes and gaze upon the wonder of your hidden place. As you reveal her to me, I am content. everybody. Welcome again to another episode of the Wett Spot. And in this episode, I want to ask a question. What am I in the business of? The question came from a marketing seminar that I went to, that I attended last Tuesday from a marketing expert named Tracy Hyland. And since she asked, it really was about standing out in social media, standing out while using social media. And I went because, I want to get all of the aspects of my brand seen by more people. I want the podcast to be seen and listened to by more people. I want my books to be sold. I want more engagement on my Facebook page and on my Instagram. So I went to this seminar, and so big ups to 10 Habitat for having the business breaks that they have. For those of you who are in Barbados and who don't know, 10 Habitat is the entrepreneurial network, and their job is to help other entrepreneurs to grow, and it's a great resource. My good friends DJ Simmons and Empress Zinger Simmons are alumni of that of the 10 Habitat network, and I've seen them grow from strength to strength. You should check them out. Gainon.com, GINEON.com. And for those of you who are not in Barbados, Gainon is a colloquial term. Usually, what going on? What going on? People can ask you, what going on? And there's what's happening, what's going on, what's going on in your world, what going on? And what they're doing there on their platform, because it's not just a website to me anymore, it's a platform. It is a Bajan hub, a hub for Bajan, culture, events, Bajan events and things going on in Barbados. There are, they do a lot of what is the word I'm looking for? Interviews and stuff like that, of Bajan artists, reviews of Bajan events, etc. I'm a little bit slow because I've just woken up. I'm trying to do this, to do this sort of early, because if I don't do it, it is 5:02 a.m. right now. If I do this later, I'm going to be having to contend with a lot of noise, ambient noise and stuff like that. So I'm trying my best to see if I can get through some of it now. So it's a little slow at the moment because I've just woken up. Anyhow, as I said, that was 10 Network talking about going on. But Tracy Hyland, she's a personal friend of mine. Her husband is a cousin, a long distance cousin. But anyhow, but she asked the question, And from there, I really grab hold of the question. She asked me, what are you in the business of? And my immediate answer was pleasure. Now, for those of you who've been following my brand, the erotic empire is the what I do with the erotic empire is mostly I sell. It's a brand through which I sell my erotic work, my books. I'm also a spoken word artist, PassionPoet, and that cult really wants to be heard, doesn't he? Anyhow, and I also do editing through the Passionate Words editing services. And all through those, I believe that the answer is the same for all three of the entities that I manage. All three. The business. I am in the business of pleasure. I'm in the business of pleasure. Now, what does that mean to me? What does that mean to me? I'm in the business of pleasure when it comes to my erotic work. On the one hand, that sounds pretty obvious, right? I am writing erotic stories, erotic poetry, and I'm performing it. So I'm writing the books through the erotic empire, and I am performing them as the spoken word artist, PassionPoet. And I'm in the business of pleasure because when I write and when I recite, those words are supposed to excite. And when I perform my work, or when you read it, you are supposed to feel the arousal. You are supposed to feel the feeling of excitement deep down inside your loins when you read my work. But it's not just that. It's not just that. You are supposed to hear, if you're hearing my work when I'm reciting it in public, you should be feeling the pleasure of having a good intellectual stimulation. You should be feeling the pleasure of feeling not just physical stimulation, but mental stimulation as well. The fact that I make women my focus. The fact that when I speak, my words are supposed to make a woman feel pleasure. Pleasure in being female, pleasure in being a woman, pleasure in recognizing that a man is giving her entire gender a boost up. Because if anybody has read my work, they will know that I do not ever make any derogatory statements about a woman. And even although I'm writing about sex and writing about intimacy, my goal is always to make a woman feel that she is loved. Who doesn't feel pleasure from that? Who doesn't feel pleasure from somebody else, a man or a woman, giving them uplifting statements? You feel pleasure from that as well. Like I say, it is sapiosexualism at its best, because when I write or when you read, you are supposed to feel that sense of pleasure, that sense of joy, that sense of contentment. If you're reading the book, there's nothing like curling up with a good book and just reading it and losing yourself in that book. So that's pleasure as well. And that kind of pleasure is what I seek after. But I'm also the pleasure. I also deal with pleasure from the perspective of the Passionate Words Editing Services as well, PWES for short. Because as an editor, I want to give pleasure to my authors. I want them to feel a sense of pleasure when they read back the edited version of their manuscript. I want them to feel pleasure when they know that what has been done is to take what they have written and to make it even more potent. To take what they have written and make it even more impactful. To take what they have written and to polish it. You remember Aladdin, who was the diamond in the rough, and and people talk about diamonds, and a diamond is you polish it, and you polish it on gemstone, you polish it until it is bright, shiny, it catches the light. I am that jeweler for the manuscript of an author. But I'm also the purveyor of pleasure for the reader as well, because any work I touch, you need to be able to sit, as I said with my own work, you need to be able to curl up in a corner and read and just lose yourself in pleasure with just reading. Because I don't know about you, but I personally get distracted by mistakes when I'm reading a book. I'm reading a book, and I'm self-proclaimed grammar police. That's why I'm an editor. I am a self-proclaimed grammar police. People like my friend Mariposa, who is actually still up to this date my favorite repeat customer. I've done 6 of her books. She's had 7 books. I've done 6 of them. And more are coming. She promises. But I'm saying that, she knows how, she tells people I'm anal about punctuation, she says to people that I get, I come down her hard for punctuation, and people would be like, it's just it's just a little dot on a page, but it literally, it sorts my pleasure. It literally, I'm humming along happily. It's like you're walking along happily on a path, and then you stub your toe on a rock that you didn't see before, and you stumble because you're not expecting to have a stubbed toe. You're expected to have a nice walk on this path, and you get trip up on a rock, a little pebble. And or think about having that same pebble in your sock, in your shoe when you're trying to walk, and you want it to be a nice, comfortable walk, and every time you step, this rock is under your feet and it hurts. That is what badly punctuated sentences is for me, and I'm sure it is for a lot of other people. So the point is, at PWES, I get rid of those rocks. I get rid of those stumbling blocks, and I give you pleasure from having a smooth read. A smooth read. That's the point. So, I'm in the business of pleasure. I'm in the business of providing pleasure. I want you to feel a sense of happiness, a sense of joy, a sense of pleasure. And my job, whether you are whether you've come to me for editing services, whether you're hearing me perform my pieces live or recorded, or if you've decided to buy one of my books, pleasure is my goal. Yes, when I recite a piece of poetry that is erotic in nature, it is a physical pleasure I am seeking after as well. I want a mental pleasure. I want an emotional pleasure. I want a sexual pleasure. I want a sensual pleasure. Yes, I want you as a woman to feel my words. I want my words to drip from your clitoris, because I want you to feel it. But I want it to come not only from your clitoris, I want it to come from your soul. I want you to feel pleasure. So this is a small, short. This is a short podcast compared to some of the others. Speaking of which, I want to apologize for not bringing out one last week. I did say it in previous episodes. I want to try new things, and I have said on social media as well that I am trying to vary. I'm trying to vary my output to see what to see what will help the podcast. I know I usually like to release the podcast on Sunday morning. The tagline of waking up on the wet spot, waking up in the wet spot, it really rings with me. So I thought about getting it the first thing that happens as soon as you wake up. You can access the wet spot. But I know many people don't actively look, at least not yet, don't actively look for this podcast on Sunday morning. So I will see how things work out. I'm still varying stuff. But because I want you to have pleasure in this podcast. I want you to enjoy the intimacy. I want you to enjoy the poetry. I want you to enjoy the interviews. I want you to enjoy my voice. I want you to enjoy what I have to offer. I want you to enjoy it. I want there to be pleasure. I want you to feel a sense of excitement when this podcast is going to be released. I want you to subscribe. I want you to send voice messages. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. Tell me what I can do to improve. Tell me what you want me to talk about. I actually have a couple things. Now you say that, a couple of people have asked me to talk about a couple of things that I will try to bring in on previous subsequent episodes. Somebody had asked me ever since to talk about polyamory. And I will admit I shied away from talking about it in this forum because I don't really like talking about it much anymore. I used to be I have been a strong purveyor of a strong advocate is the word for polyamory, because I have been in an open relationship, and my last two relationships have been open relationships, polyamorous, open, whatever you want to call them, and but I will talk about that. But yeah, this is me raw. This is me. As my friends would know, I when I am talking, I will stumble and I will look for words, but I'm always passionate. So here we go. What am I in the business of? I'm in the business of pleasure. I am in the business of providing you with pleasure. I want you to subscribe to this podcast. I want you to go back and listen to my previous podcast episodes. I want you to listen to the poetry, and I want you to go to the social media pages. I want to interact with you. I want to see, I want to hear you. I want you to be a part of the Erotic Empire family. So that means I need to hear you. I need you to contact me, to DM me on Instagram, or find me on Facebook, right? And just let's have a talk. Tell me what you think about me being in the business of pleasure. Tell me if when you listen to my work, if it gives you pleasure. Tell me what I can do to give you more pleasure. Understand? Because I am in the business of making you feel good. I am in the business of making you feel good. Once again, thank you very much for to Tracy for this. Tracy Hayden really, I really grabbed hold of that message, and for the last week, it's been the focus. It's been the theme of my social media entries. So if you go to my Instagram, which is Bajan Passion Poet, with an underscore at the beginning and the end of the name, underscore Bajan Passion Poet underscore. If you go and you follow me there, you can check out my stories. And you can, check out my stories, check out I posted two poems. Just check me out on social media. Facebook, I have the facebook.com PassionPoet246, which is facebook.com PassionPoet246. That is the Passion Poet Facebook page. And there's also that's facebook.com Erotic Empire. So there's Passion Poet 246, there's Erotic Empire, and there's also Passionate Words Editing Services. All of those are Facebook pages you can search for. I also have a Passion Poet SoundCloud page, which I need to update with some newer stuff, but there are some older poems that I've recorded on that platform. Twitter, Bajan Passion Poet, but this Bajan is BAJN PASSIONPOET. So it's Bajan without the second A, because Twitter doesn't want me to be great. Bajan Passion Poet it just couldn't fit as a Twitter handle. But I had to find a way to make it fit. So it was Bajan Passion Poet without the second A, BAJN PASSIONPOET. So that's Facebook, that's Instagram, that's Twitter. I'm trying to think where else. I have and I talked about SoundCloud as well. I have a secret Facebook page for the Erotic Empire, but you'll have to DM me. You'll have to DM me if you want to get in there. Let's put it this way: I've been naughty one too many times, and I'm all again. Those who follow me know me very well. I'm a Facebook felon, a repeat offender, and I must admit, it's not my fault. It's not my fault this time. Before, when I was younger, I used to not care very much, and I didn't care what, and I used to post things on Facebook, but post, all sorts of stuff. But now they've become more stringent, and things I find that I'm getting held for things that have been on Facebook for years. Somebody has found it and decided, Facebook jail for you. And because I'm such a Facebook felon, the Facebook jail lasts 30 days each time. It doesn't last 7 days. It doesn't last 4 days. It doesn't last 1 day anymore. I passed that stage a long time ago. But so I can't really interact with my group right at this moment. I think I have 8 more days. But that being said, yes, that is there as well. There, you will have to DM me for information about that. But the group goes on. The group has been going on for a good couple of years, so they go on without me. Without, if it's a brand new group, it would be stagnant because people would be waiting for me to say stuff. People go in there and they post all sorts of stuff, all sorts of neat memes, and discussions can go on. So yeah, I'm trying to find a way around that though. I have to do another podcast on censorship, but that's another podcast altogether. Anyhow, I just want you to know that I'm very glad that you're here. Thank you so much for being a part of the Wett Spot family. And if you are so inclined, like I said, we've talked about all of my Twitter, all of my social media handles since I was inspired to do this podcast based off of social media marketing. So I will end the Wett Spot episode here, and I just want to let you know I am PassionPoet, and join me in the Wett Spot. Thank you for joining me in the Wett Spot, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you for joining me on the Wett Spot. My name is PassionPoet. You can find me on Instagram at Bajan Passion Poet. BAJANPASSIONPOET. Bajan Passion Poet. Or on my website at PassionPoet.com. I hope to see you next time.